Friday evening. And man, today was a great day, but got to give a shout out to one of the sponsors that allows us to do what we do as two native sons. Got the big old grandfather clock in the background making noise, dog and whatnot. The other clock will do the same thing, but sponsor to recognize tonight that allows us to do this is the Chicken Coop. Such a great place. If you haven't been out there, their bar out in Black Forest. Such a great atmosphere when it comes to that family feel. Miss Sherry that runs the Chicken Coop, such a great owner. Great story. Her heart for the community is one that is hard to come by. And it's unique because I look at the other sponsors that we have, and they all align with having that heart to give back, to really be focused on the community and just to build that community feel, the family feel, and just excited that we are able to highlight the Chicken Coop as one of the sponsors and for their trust with us as two native sons. Right now, though, this is what's going on this late Friday evening here. So you can see we've got some editing going on. Been doing that for the divorce podcast, and it's one of those things that sometimes technology does not want to be nice and be friendly sometimes. So it's a learning process. It's an experience, but it's just part of doing the thing and producing content, getting it out there. So it's just another great opportunity, and it's a beautiful thing today. And I've got to laugh because you've got to, if you can't laugh at yourself and you can't have fun, what are you doing with your life? And so I have to laugh because there's been some crazy things with Patrick and I with some social media posts. And if you go check out Patrick's latest post, we do have it set up where if we issue a challenge to each other, we don't really back down. It just goes through and have fun. And it's unique because we just kind of push each other and see what we can do. And I'm grateful for that friendship, that relationship, and to have him as a business partner. It's a beautiful thing because when you have things that you kind of just roll with punches, it's easier to do that when you have somebody you can partner with, work with, and just do big things. And then, as you can see here down here, says check out the Two Native Sons YouTube channel. And that's one of the things that I've talked to people in regards that honestly, that the YouTube community really is one that to have that to grow, it does take a community. And I've talked about this before, the fact that Patrick and I can't go fake the growth on there because that'd be a lot of extra emails that we'd have to create to go bolster the numbers. But it is a community effort. That's the only way it really truly grows. And it's like anything else. If you have that big following, the only way to really have it truly grow is through that community that's developed and the relationships that you cultivate, having friends and family that really believe in your vision and give you that support, which is one of those unique things because your close friends and family sometimes can be the toughest individuals to really be there and give you the supports because they kind of know who you are. And it's one of those things that can be hard for them to overlook what they know you as from your past. So it's a unique thing and whatnot. But just grateful for Patrick's friendship, for him coming on and coming together and just doing big things. And excited with Two Native Sons. And this is growing just with the team that we have. We made the announcement a couple of days ago. Thank you to Jasper for doing that with having Mandy Penn come on and be part of the team. And so it's a beautiful thing because starting to build that team and have those individuals have their strong suits with what they do and the work that it makes it easier when you have that team that you can work together and lean on each other and just trust each other and whatnot. But we had a great time today. Met with Kelly Reeves. She runs the, let me see here. Oh, it's on the backside here, I think. Yep. Just looking for a business card here. But I did make a post. I don't know if it's going to come out. Maybe. Wait, there. Cool. But she runs Genuine Accounting and Tax, and her heart and her story is a beautiful thing. And it's one of those things that I posted. If you haven't had the opportunity, go sit down, reach out to her, sit down, talk to her, learn about her story, and really her passion to serve clients authentically. And it's unique. She was telling us kind of how she came to the name of her company, which is the Genuine Accounting and Tax. And the genuine part, she's like, I want people to understand that what they get when they meet with me is what they get no matter what. And it's a beautiful thing with people showing up. And that's one of the things that you look at. It's people out there that are still not showing up as their true self, their authentic self. You've got a lot of people that are showing up as their fake self, or they're putting up a front and doing a great job at putting up a front and really fooling people. And it's a sad thing when things are known and it's not brought to light. And so it's one of those crazy things and whatnot. But honestly, I ask that you just look at yourself and really ask: Are you showing up as your true, authentic self, or are you showing up as your pseudo self with a mask on, trying to play this game to appease everybody? Because you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I say for me, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, which is cool. I'm not trying to get everybody on board, and it goes back to the fact that you can't be fearful to repel people, because if you're fearful to repel people, you're going to miss out on the opportunity to attract people, and that's huge because you want to attract the right people. But to be able to attract those people, though, you've got to become the person that attracts those people. So it really starts with the work for yourself, that you work on yourself and you put that out there and you start attracting the people that you want to be part of your community. The other thing that Patrick and I laugh at is if you're watching this on the replay, or if you're creeping and watching and seeing what we're doing, because we've had people that have told us, they're like, "Hey, we see what you're doing, we watch what you do, but we don't say anything." Do something. I don't care. Share the video. Drop a hi, a hello, something. Just don't sit in the background and be a creeper. Like, let us know, or you're here. Let us know what you enjoy, or maybe what you wish we would do differently, or you're like, man, you guys really need to maybe consider this. I don't know. Just don't be a creeper though. Don't be sitting back here just watching. Leave a comment. I don't know. Drop an emoji for all I care. So you can hit the love, the like, the care, the angry face. How if I make you angry, cool. You can leave the angry face, the wow, the laughing face, whatever you want to do, but leave something. Just don't be creeping in the background and just being a creeper. Like, show up, play big, let's go. I don't know why people want to do that. Whatever, that's your choice. But it's funny because with the interaction with Patrick and I, man, like, it was funny. We were just having a great time, and you gotta go check out the post. This thing went off. It was crazy and whatnot. But it's funny because we're just sitting there laughing and just having fun and whatnot. And while I'm sitting there thinking about it, ended up grabbing the book, the Buddha and the Badass. And I talk about this book. I highly suggest you check this book out. Do the work, because there are exercises in this book. Do the work, do the exercises, because that's going to be good for you. It's going to allow you to really do the deep dive, find out what your core values are that are true to you, and they're not just something that somebody has stuffed in your head and said, these are your values. No, like, screw that. Like, it's not part of you. And so if the values aren't part of you, don't hold on to them. Let them go, and you'll figure out your values and whatnot. But it's a couple things that really stuck out here. Let's see. I had it here, and then where was it? Oh, it was talking here: when colleagues move beyond professional surface relationships and relate to one another as human to human, they thrive. So, with your interactions, ask yourself: Are you taking the time to be a human? Are you are you taking the time just to be human and be there for people, not judging them, as I fix the camera here, and just hold space for people, asking questions, because that's going to open up the door. The funny thing is, if you just sit there and listen to people, people start delving information. They start giving out information. And you just have to sit there, just be present, give them the space, hold space for them. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing to see take place when people start showing up, and you just sit there and you just listen, ask questions, be interested in the other person, put the spotlight on the other person, do something. I don't know, figure that out. That's what you got to figure out and whatnot. But what are you doing? Are you showing up as a human and just interacting with people? Or do you have some sort of freaking agenda that you're trying to get across and doing some craziness and whatnot? So you gotta figure that out. But it's unique because with the fact that they've done science and they found a great correlation with connection piece, with your social connection, with relationships that you have with others. And they had talked to this individual that he was a Harvard, Sean Aker, a Harvard researcher and best-selling author of The Happiness Advantage, Beyond Happiness, and Big Potential. And it's unique. 4 bullet points out of here. When the brain is in a positive state, productivity rises by 31%. And so it's one of those things that you'll hear people that are like, you gotta be positive, you gotta like positive, 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 all this and that, and it's like they try to go that route and just highlight and like they don't go and say, well, we're all humans, we have these different emotions. Having the positive mentality is understanding that sadness is part of it, but understanding that it's going to get better on the other side. That sadness is not going to last; it's going to pass. But it depends on the person, because some people want to hold on to the sadness and hold on to it tight for whatever reason. And by holding on to it tight and not letting it go, it's going to stay. And so then, yeah, of course, you have that issue where it doesn't pass. And then people are like, what's going on here? So the positive state is understanding that sadness is part of being a human, it's part of the emotional experience that we have, but understanding that it's not going to last, it is temporary, and that it will get better on the other side. It just takes time sometimes. And it's one of those unique things because you can speed it up. And one of the beautiful things is when you're going through a hard time, or you've gone through the relationship piece, like if you've gone through a divorce, a lot of people like to shut down and they don't want to talk. But the unique thing is that I believe it's serotonin. When you go and talk, serotonin is actually released, which is a much needed chemical in the time to recover and get back to the state of where you were before the breakup, the divorce, and whatnot. And so I find it funny because I look at doing these lives. It's kind of selfish because for me, it's a way to talk, even though I may not be talking to anybody. I might just be talking to myself. It's okay, because by doing these lives and having them on social media, they're out there for somebody to find at a later time when the time was right for that person. I don't know what's going on, but it's a wonderful thing because social media, by doing the lives, doing a video, it's out there. And so it may not be the perfect time right now, but by having it plastered, as long as you don't delete your account and whatnot, it's out there. And so it's a beautiful thing because maybe it wasn't the perfect time for somebody and they're going through something, but by sharing what you're going through, sharing some story, sharing some value, whatever it is, they'll come across this. And the beautiful thing with social media is there is on Facebook, and Instagram's a little bit different. Instagram's a paper airplane and whatnot. But Facebook's beautiful because there is a little button that is near the video that says share. So the beautiful thing is you click the button and you share it. And you can go and adjust who it gets shared to, which is awesome. Think about that. So if there's something that resonates with somebody, it's beautiful because you have the share button. You can share it with others and really make an impact in somebody else's life, because maybe you have a message, but you don't know how to speak on it, or you don't know the proper language to use, or whatever it is. By having somebody else do it, they could potentially express what you were thinking, what you're feeling. You can turn around and share that video. And that's a wonderful thing because social media has collapsed a lot of time where we have a very large platform that we can utilize to reach a lot of people. And so think about that. If you have something that really has impacted your life and you can share with somebody else, and it's just a click of the button, and then you send it off, do whatever you want to. It's a beautiful thing because you can reach a lot of people very quickly. And I also bring this up too, that if you're watching this video or you're watching somebody else's video, it's ILT, invest, learn, teach. Taking the time to watch the video is investing in yourself. And you're learning at that same time by watching the video. You can turn around and teach it in your own language. So I bring this up. I'm like, if you want to copy the information that I'm sharing and flip it over and put it in your own verbiage, so be it. Do that. Do whatever suits you. And but because you have people that I may never reach, and you can reach them, and so there's that chance that you can help these individuals by either sharing a message or putting a message into your own words. And so that's the beautiful thing, because people are like, I've got this great idea. It's not original because it's hard to come through original thoughts because of everything that happens, thoughts, ideas, books start bleeding into your perspective, your lens that you're looking at life through, and it starts conglomerating, and you create your own tools that you're able to utilize. And so that's the beautiful thing about reading is you can clap stuff down for yourself. You can look at somebody else's experience, share it, share their experience, or you can take that information and put it in your own words and share it that way. So it's a beautiful thing because you have the opportunity to impact a lot of lives either by sharing or putting a message into your own words, whatever that is. When it comes to the social impact with the connections, sales success increases by 37%, and it's that positive mentality. And so it's not pushing things away and not saying, oh, it's not happening. But it's happening. So you've got to embrace the emotions. You got to let them know that you see them. Give it a little hug, hold it close, say, I see you, but you ain't controlling my life. I will have control over my life. So embrace the emotions, but don't let them control you. Intelligence, creativity, and memory all improve dramatically. Doctors primed to be happier, 19% better at making the right diagnosis. Woo, man. So hopefully, if you're seeing a doctor, hopefully your doctor's happy. Because right here it says doctors primed to be happier, 19% better at making the right decision. So that's huge. If you get somebody that's going to be 20% better making a decision, that means a lot if you really look at it. So it's wonderful. But what really is necessary, we've got to understand, is the connections, the social connections, the connections that we're making with people. And so if you take the time and just sit there and listen to people, be a human, create space for somebody else and be there for somebody else. And maybe you don't say anything. They just need somebody there to be with them and create that space. It can be huge because that could be exactly what that person needs. You just never know. But why not be a human? Why not help somebody else out? And that's the beautiful thing with a podcast. And I've talked about this. Podcasting allows you to have a very large platform to share a message, whatever that is. And so the latest episode of the Divorce Podcast, the Journey Beyond Divorce that I have, should have this done tonight. I should have this done no later than an hour, which is the joyous thing when you edit. It, for whatever reason, takes a lot of time because if you're trying to shorten things down, you've got to watch and listen and then go back and zoom in so you can make sure you're cutting exactly where it needs to be cut to bring it together. But it's a wonderful thing. But if you guys have anything, if you have a dream, a vision, you have an idea, and you just want to get it off of your chest, get it out of your heart, get it out of your soul, bring it to life, reach out to myself, reach out to Patrick, reach out to the Two Native Sons Facebook page, Instagram, figure something out, reach out, because Patrick and I have that drive to help people find what really is their passion, what really drives them, and help them to extract that and to create a business or whatever it is that they're proud about, and they're going after and they're fulfilling their passions, whatever that is. And so that's the unique thing, because we have to ask each other, hey, what do you want? What do you want for your business? What do you want for your idea? And so it's wonderful because it's your idea. This is your experience. So you already have an idea. You already know. But sometimes you just have to have somebody on the outside sitting there to help extract that, to help that come out of you. And so if you're trying to do this on your own, I say best of luck to you. I just know, based on my journey and trying to do things on my own, it is not easy. We're not meant to do life alone. As humans, we are not meant to do life alone. We're meant to do life together, with friends, relationships, whatever it is. We're meant to work together. We're social creatures. We're meant to be together. We're meant to work together. But too many people are scared. They have an idea and they're scared somebody's going to steal it. And I say, so be it. Let it be that way. You got to remember that businesses, ideas can be imitated. The thing that's not going to allow it to be imitated is your story, is your message, is your heart story that is intertwined with that idea, with that vision, whatever it is. That is where it comes into where it's not going to be able to be replicated, because it is your story, it's your message, it's who you are, it's your core, whatever it is. And so it's one of those things to really consider. But again, like I said, down here in this little box here says the Chicken Coop, our sponsor. So shout out to Miss Sherry and the Chicken Coop, and for everything that they're doing, creating that community spot, and their focus on just creating a family from individuals that weren't ever originally family, and building that way. So thank you, Miss Sherry and the Chicken Coop, for trusting us and allowing us to showcase you and highlight you as our sponsor. But underneath that, in the smaller print, check out the number two Native Sons YouTube channel. Go like, subscribe, follow, share. Help us to grow, because that legitimately is the only way it's going to grow, is through the community. And if you are a friend of ours or you're supporting us and you haven't gone and liked the channel and haven't followed the channel, we ask that you go do it, because that's the only way it's going to grow. So other than that, appreciate your guys' time. Thank you for the support. Want to truly say thank you for everything that you guys are doing, because each of us are bringing something different to the table, and we bring it in a unique perspective, a unique approach, and only you can do that. You are the one and only whoever you are and whatnot. But if you're watching this, any aha moments that you took away, leave a comment. Let's hear it. Don't be a lurker. Don't be a creeper. Leave your aha moments. If there's anything that you look at in a different light and you disagree, leave that in the comments. Let's have a discussion. Let's have an open discussion, because that's what social media is meant to do, is have those open discussions. We have to be careful, because some people like to go to the extreme and do some crazy shit. But for us, it's having these open discussions. I love seeing the difference of opinions. Patrick loves that too, because we're human. We all look at life through a different lens, and that's the beautiful thing about being a human, is we all have our differences in opinions. We have our own opinions. So any aha moments, anything that you took away, anything that you disagree with, leave a comment. And then, of course, go check out the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, follow. Other than that, I'll catch you guys later. Appreciate your guys' time, your support. Love you guys. Have a great night. Peace out. Later.